I was trying to get out. So watch out.
Woo. Oh yeah, it gets shallow right here. All right, guys, back out in the kayak. Today I'm bringing you quite possibly the easiest way to catch lingcod. And the reason I say that is you don't need very much gear. All you need is a fishing rod, obviously. Anywhere between 20 and 40 pound test, mono, braid, it doesn't matter. But if you do have braid, you do want to make sure you have a little bit of a top shot here. So I got about 4 feet of 40-pound mono. And the reason you need this is A, because we're going to be bouncing off some rocks, so you need the abrasion resistance, and B, fish we're fishing for, if you're not familiar, lingcod, they got some wicked teeth, so they'll also fray up your line. So that's why we need to have some mono or fluoro top shot. The braid just doesn't have the same kind of abrasion resistance. So, like I said, super easy setup, no bait, no really weight other than the jig head itself. Right here I got a jig head with a little swim bait, green, red on the bottom. Later on in the day, I'm hoping to use some baits that a subscriber actually sent me, so I'm looking forward to that. But first things first, let's drop this down and see if we can find us a hungry lingcod. So the way I like to fish this is give it a little cast, like so. Let it sink to the bottom. We're fishing in pretty shallow water here. It's like 38 feet, so it doesn't take very long. And once it sinks to the bottom, just kind of giving it a slow and steady retrieve right along the bottom of those rocks. And when the lingcod hits it, you'll be able to tell. It'll be like a good thump. If you think you're getting too high, I'll drop it back down. Make sure it's near the rocks, because those lingcod that we're fishing for, they hide out in those rocks. So a lot of times they're just kind of sitting near the bottom on those rocks. And then once they see the swim bait come by, boom, they'll just shoot out and grab it. And then another thing you can do once you bring it closer to the boat, just kind of jig it up and down, bounce it off those rocks. I swear, I don't have any data to back it up, but I feel like when you bounce something off those rocks, it just really, I don't know if it angers the lingcod, but it really kind of fires them up, and a lot of times you'll get a bite once you do that.
Where the waves are breaking out there, there's got to be another reef there.
Yeah.
1 hour later.
There's one. There's one. All right, what is this? Little ling.
That one's in practice.
Yeah, this is just a warm up. All right, warm up. Lingcod number 1. Just a little guy on the swim bait. Probably about 18 inches or so. Definitely not big enough to keep, but it's a start. All right, mister. Grow back to be 20-pounder so I can get you in the next 20, whatever challenge. See you next time. Woo. So next up, I'm gonna try this little swim bait that was sent to me by a subscriber, the Master Baiter. I think he has a YouTube channel. Check him out. I think in his last video he caught some pretty sweet lingcod from the rocks. So cool stuff there. Check him out if you are into that. But anyway, I'm gonna put this little swim bait. He sent me a bunch of them, a bunch of different colors. He said this one, I think it was this one, he said is the money ticket. It's like a motor oil green with flake in there. There's like red flake, blue flake, gold flake. Definitely a lot of flake in this one. But I'm gonna actually cut off this front piece, modify it a little bit, and then we're gonna put it right on the jig head, just like that. Got a feeling lingcod's gonna like this one. So yeah, just thread it straight on, just like that. As straight as possible. And then out the top. And by the way, I think this is either a 3 or a 4 ounce jig head. Alright, just like that. Alright, send it down. he claims that I'm gonna catch a world record lingcod on his bait, so I don't know if I can guarantee that, but we'll see what happens. Oh, got a bite right as it hit the bottom. Check this out. Well, he sent me a bunch of different colors of baits. I mean, you can see here's just a few of them right here, all different sizes, 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch. I think this one that I tied on first is probably like a 6-inch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna tie on, let's try this one first. It's like a root beer color. And what I've done is I've tied a little stinger hook here. Not stinger, what do you call this? I don't know. Let's add another hook up the line. So we got our main jig on the bottom and then a little bit smaller hook up the line. And then we're gonna thread this bait on like so. And the idea behind this is that the smaller fish, like a rockfish or something like that, or it could, you know, lingcod could hit this too, but the idea is that smaller fish, like a rockfish or something like that, would be more enticed to hit this bait because it's a little bit smaller profile. See, I got a couple of short strikes on the bigger bait, so I'm thinking the smaller one might entice some smaller fish, maybe like a rockfish or something to bite. Need to get some blues. Where are the blues at?
Yeah, I know there's some on the other side of Pedro.
Oh, there's one. There we go.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Right on cue.
I know. How weird is that? I hope it's a blue.
It is.
No way. That was the craziest thing.
What are the odds?
Dude, Adam, you're crazy, man. You're just a content machine.
That's how you know you're a professional right there.
That's how you know.
No, it's just total luck. I was just saying I need to catch a blue. And what do you know, I just got one.
Dude, just find this.
All right, I stand corrected. I think this is actually a black rockfish, but same deal. Either way, I predicted it. Oh, there's one right on the drop. Okay, I think this color change was the key. Oh, this one. This is actually a blue. So here, let me show you the difference here. That one that I caught earlier, this one is a black rockfish and this one is a blue rockfish. Now to the naked eye, they look pretty similar and they're both like the same color, but the main difference is this one right here has a lot bigger mouth. It's almost like a large bass mouth, whereas this one is more like a smallmouth bass mouth. And when the mouth is closed, you can see that the jawline goes past the eye. And then the blue rockfish, when its jaw is closed, you can see it doesn't go past the eye. It's a lot more farther forward. I switched it up to one of these white swim baits and I think that was the key there. Oh, there we go. There's a good one. Yeah, that's a good fish. Oh, yeah. Good head shake. I'm pretty sure this is a lingcod right here. Drifting that swim bait off this little rock right here. Yep, it's a lingcod. Not a monster one, but a little bigger than that first one. There it is, subscriber swim bait special. The swim bait, the green one. This is the one that he said is the money. It's like a motor oil green with a bunch of like Christmas flake. A nice blue lingcod there, 21 incher. But on the subscriber swim bait. There we go. Let's get it back. This wind's picking up a little bit, but that lingcod right there came on this motor oil color, and then the two rockfish were on this white color. They're like a cream almost with black flake. I kind of like this color because I think it imitates like a squid. And this one, I don't know what it imitates, but for some reason it works. bite. Got him. Got him. Looks like a rockfish. Oh, nice one. Wow, look at that. This brown literally ate a 5 or 6 inch swim bait. Look at you can see it sticking out of the mouth there. Bit off a little more than you could chew there, buddy. But he really wanted it. Guess this color works for sure. Third species of the day. Got a blue, a black, and now a brown. Still not a giant, but we can get a couple good fillets off of it. It'd be funny if a lingcod came up and grabbed the fish on your stringer. Oh, there's one. Oh shoot!
What happened?
Had it in freeze pool.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Come on in. Again, oh, that's a nicer one. On this motor oil green again. We're in a good little spot right here. That's a nicer one. Oh, that was a rookie move. I had it in free spool and set the hook.
I just saw your line blow up.
Whoops. There's a good one. There's another one.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Let's see what this one is. Yeah, I slammed it. That's the one nice thing about fishing swim baits like this is the bite is always just like fishing a lure in the surf. The bite is always, oh yeah, look at that. Big brown. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Getting a little, oh man, he's pooed on me. They're getting bigger. That one's maybe 1.5 pounds. So one thing that I recommend if you're gonna do any kind of rock fishing out in the ocean, in a boat or kayak, is you gotta have the GPS. A, for safety, and B, once you find a good little area, like a good rock that holds a lot of fish, I mean the last 3 rockfish that I got were all right in the same little area, probably like maybe a 20-foot radius. And once you find a spot like that, you can mark it on your GPS or fish finder, and then very easily swing back around and drift right over the same spot, which without a GPS is near impossible to find the same spot out here in the ocean because there's so many, like there's no landmarks. So drifting back over the same spot is almost impossible unless you have that GPS. Oh, there's a good one. There is a good one. Another rockfish. Like I said, right back in the same little area. Definitely stacked up in here. Yeah, it's a nice one. Nice little brown. This time on the teaser or dropper loop hook with the white swim bait. I think that's number 6, 7 maybe. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. All right, time to start heading back. All right, guys, well, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Once again, like I said in the beginning, this is probably the easiest way to get out and catch some rockfish or lingcod. You don't need much tackle. You can use a simple rod, anything with like 20 to 40 pound test, braid or mono, it doesn't matter. But if you do have braid, make sure you get a little bit of top shot on there for abrasion resistance. And thank you again to the master baiter for supplying the swim baits for today's video. This motor oil green was definitely a hot one, which he warned me about before, and he was definitely right. This is the one that I caught a couple of the lingcod, both undersized unfortunately, but they definitely catch a big one as well as a couple of the browns, and I think the bigger ones came on this one as well. But this white one, also effective. It's like a cream color with black flake. Actually on his channel, he caught like, I forgot, it was over 30 inches from shore on one of these swim baits. So check it out if you're interested. But other than that, I got my Dyard fishing merch, the shirts, the stickers for sale on my website. Actually the stickers and a couple of the sizes of the shirts sold out like right away, first day when we had the big drop. So both are all back in stock now. I believe the white color has every single size in stock currently. So get them if you're interested. They're not gonna last very long. And other than that, hope you guys are staying safe. If you are able to get out and fish, make sure you're doing so, keeping in mind the safety of yourself as well as others. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video.